A Ghost Story by Dave Hopwood. There's an old story that took place a long time ago in a graveyard, very early one morning. The place was all dark, and all you could hear was the rustling of bushes, the whispering of the wind as it blew around, and the howling of wolves in the distance. The graveyard was all dark, with ghostly shadows on the pathways and the walls. No one would have dared to go up there that morning, not while it was dark. Because in that ghostly place, with the wolves howling, there was a dead body lying there. However, one person did go that day. One person summoned up the courage to go through the whispering wind and the rustling bushes. One person went walking through that dark place, and she went there all on her own. And she went there for one reason: to search for the dead body. As she got nearer and nearer, the whispering wind grew louder, the howling wolves grew louder, and even the ghostly shadows grew louder somehow. But she still went on, nearer and nearer, closer and closer, step by step by step. And then suddenly she heard someone behind her. She felt a hand on her shoulder, and she held her breath. Was it a vampire? Or was it a ghost? Or even worse, an Egyptian mummy? Slowly, very slowly, she turned around and looked. It was still very dark, but through the ghostly shadows, she could just see someone standing there. It wasn't a ghost. It wasn't a vampire. I said it wasn't a vampire. Oh, and it most definitely wasn't a mummy. I'm not offering these two an equity contract. It was the dead man. And he'd come back to see her. Her mouth fell open, her eyes grew wide with amazement, and then the man spoke, and instantly she knew he wasn't dead anymore, and he wasn't a ghost. He was alive again, and his name was Jesus, and he'd come back to help her, and to help us all with our fears and with all our darkness. The end. And now we will go into a time of prayer.